My next guest is trying to limit the use of union dues for political campaigns, period. Mark Mix is president of the National Right to Work Legal Defense Foundation. Mark, this is the one I guess the governor and I had a slightly different view on. When you're a public union, and technically you represent public workers, workers who are there for the taxpayer, it is a more slippery slope, is it not?
Well, Neil, yeah, it is. But here's the difference. I mean, your graph shows AFSCME's dollars and the Chamber of Commerce dollars. Well, AFSCME spends $87.5 million, but the top two other unions have put another $80,000 in, so there's $171 million so far that unions have claimed credit for. And the difference in this money, Neil, is very important. The Chamber money is voluntary money. Workers in unions, many workers in unions, are required to, as a condition of their employment, fund the general treasury of these unions that turn around and spend this money on politics. We're not talking about political action committee money here, because unions, all the unions, through October 3rd have only raised and spent $47 million in, quote, PAC money, which is arguably voluntary. This money that AFSCME's talking about, and the $40 million the National Education Association is talking about, and the $44 million that SEIU is talking about, is money coming directly from, quote, unquote, union members, in many cases as a condition of their employment, and then they turn around and spend it on politics and causes which those members object to. That's an outrage, and the money's not the same.
But what do you make of the White House's argument? I think a White House spokesman was trying to address this earlier about the chamber money, that it's actually dwarfed by various other business money and support that finds different channels that far exceeds whatever is being done by unions.
Well, listen, here's how we break it down. I don't believe this is the right way, but this is the way we do it. We do it on a partisan basis. If you take the top 20 political action committees reporting their donations and expenditures through October 3rd, 74% of that money went to the Democratic Party. That includes 9 major unions and 11 corporate and a trade association PACs that have contributed that money. 26% went to Republicans. So the idea that somehow big business is dwarfing union money, well, from a partisan standpoint, it's going one place. But secondarily, organized labor will spend about $1 billion this campaign cycle over the last 2 years on federal elections alone. $1 billion. We have $171 million of it just from 3 of the 56 unions affiliated with the AFL-CIO and the 5 associated with the Change to Win.
Assuming your figures are right, I mean, that is panic money there. That's a union mentality here that, like a wounded animal, they've got to strike out here or they're going to be struck out. What is the depth and the broad nature of this funding tell you about this election year and where that money is being targeted?
Well, first of all, you and the governor hit on the public sector union part of it. They've got a vested interest in this because our states, our counties, our cities, and our towns are in deep financial trouble. And one of the common denominators of some of those areas that are in really deep financial trouble is the union monopoly that's been granted to government union officials to dictate terms and conditions of employment. You know, one union official out in California put it best, I think. Rhonda Whalen, I believe her name is. She's local 224 of the California State Employees Association. And she said, in motivating her members, she said, let's go out and elect our own boss. And I think that's what this is all about. They can elect their own bosses using members' dues money, and then they can sit on the opposite side of the table with someone that they are generally responsible for putting there. That's a very dangerous trend in America.
How do the members feel about this?
Well, Neil, we know at the National Right to Work Defense Foundation, where we represent employees who have had their rights violated by these types of schemes, that many members are opposed to it. You know, poll after poll has showed that 40 to 45% of all union member households vote for Republicans, but yet 93, 94% of the union money goes to support Democratic candidates. Again, I don't like the partisan breakout here, but that's just the facts. And we know that many union members would rather not support causes and candidates they don't believe in, but many of them are compelled to as a condition of their employment.
They have no choice. Mark, thank you very much.
You're welcome.